Hey guys, welcome back to Diesel Blaze Arc. Thank you all so much for tuning in to me. Before we start today's episode, I'm going to give you guys a really quick but useful and interesting information actually that I myself actually found out a few seconds ago. So as you guys can see, we have the Sarco and the Baryonyx and they remain underwater where we actually dismount them. However, that isn't the case for the Capro guys. So I'm riding Capro right now. If I'm not moving, the Capro tends to automatically move itself towards the surface, and it's exactly the same when I dismount him. Look at that. There the Capro goes. So you guys gotta be really careful, guys. You know, when you're like bringing the Capro down to the caves or even underwater, remember, speaking too fast as usual, remember to bring the Capro on follow so that, you know, the Capro can follow you and he doesn't go missing all of a sudden and brings himself up to the surface. Alright guys, so as you guys may have guessed by now, it's gonna be the Sarco versus the Baryonyx versus the Capro in this episode. We're gonna put the Croc family against each other and we're gonna see who comes up tops, or you know what, which one is better in certain areas as compared to the other. There you go. Yeah, he's still there. Okay guys, so without further ado, let's get to it. The baseline movement speed of the Sarco was 160%, the Capro and Baryonyx 120%, and the Baryonyx came up to be the fastest on land. So I made all their movement speed to be the same and did some calculation, and the results was exactly the same guys. The Baryonyx will be the fastest on land with the same amount of movement speed. In the water, it was a totally different story, guys. The Sarco was about 1.5 times faster than the Baryonyx and about 2 times faster than the Capro. And I did exactly the same thing to pump in the movement speed to 200%, and the Sarco still came up tops. In terms of DPS, if you only take the primary attack into consideration, the Baryonyx came up tops. However, if you take the Capro's secondary leap attack into consideration and try to keep the leap attacks as close as possible, you can actually get up to 83.2 DPS on that attack, guys, which is pretty significant. And also in terms of attack speed, the Baryonyx was definitely the top, but per bite, the Sarco didn't do that bad. One of these three dinos have a different DPS and damage output when underwater, guys. Before I reveal which dino it is, let's just quickly take down a trip memory lane and check out one of my old videos that covered the Baryonyx special attack. And for the spin attack, it doesn't affect the Basilosaurus, Mosasaur, Plesiosaur, and the Tuzotusis. The only large dinos underwater that it affects is the Megalodon and the Dunkelosaurus, or anything smaller than that. So the answer is the Baryonyx, guys. The Baryonyx is the only dino out of the three to give a different DPS and damage output when underwater. When it came to stamina depletion, the Baryonyx took the slowest to deplete when on land. However, the Sarco was a king of the sea this time, guys. It did not deplete any stamina when in the water. It could just go on and on and on forever. The Capro took the least amount of tranq arrows and darts to get unconscious. However, its turbo depletion was slightly higher at 0.7 per second. The taming difficulty for the Sarco and the Baryonyx is exactly the same, guys, because it takes the same amount of tranq arrows or darts to get them down, and they have the exact same turbo depletion. Alright, so for stat increment, the Sarco did the best in terms of health, stamina, and movement speed. The Capro came up tops for melee damage and the Baryonyx weight. So I did the next test totally for fun, guys. I didn't expect the Capro to leap that far, but it was pretty astonishing. It leaped 4 1/4 times more than the normal leap of the Baryonyx. So which keyboard do these guys tame up best with? So to get a perfect tame Sarco, you'll need a trike, and for Capro Tabajara and Baryonyx Pachyrhino keyboard. So in terms of difficulty, it's gonna be the Sarco the easiest, followed by the Capro, and the Baryonyx is gonna be the hardest perfect tame to get. Specialty wise, the Sarco has fairly good speed and damage. It's also the easiest perfect tame, fastest in the water, and does not use stamina underwater. The Capro had the highest DPS and damage for its secondary leap attack. It can actually knock players off their tames, and also it can hold on to smaller dinos while you dismount from the Capro and trank them down. The Baryonyx has a cool underwater stun which can come in really handy when you are surrounded by megalodons, and it also deals more damage underwater. And something really special that I found out, guys, its movement backwards underwater, it's quicker than the other two. Alright guys, so let's summarize these three dinos right now. Alright guys, thank you all so much for tuning into Diesel Plays Ark. If you like the video, remember to smash the subscribe button and also leave a like and a comment behind. For those guys who have been saying, hey Diesel, you know what, we have not been getting notifications whenever you post a video. Remember to join the notification squad, guys, by pressing the bell beside the subscribe button. And for those subscribers of mine who have been there all the time, thank you all so much, guys. I truly appreciate it. Once we reach 10,000 subscribers, oh, it's raining right now. Okay, so once we reach 10,000 subscribers, previously I promised you guys that I will either be giving a t-shirt or a mug as a giveaway. But there's some slight changes on it, guys. We're gonna up the stakes up a little bit. We're gonna make the prizes, or not prizes per se, gifts. Yeah, they're gifts of appreciation, right? A little bit more interesting. We are going to go ahead with the Ark 3D models. That's right, guys. I'm giving away 5 T-Rexes that you guys can actually see down here. You know, I don't have the perfect figurine right here, but once I reach 10,000 subscribers, I will make the order and then I will ship it accordingly to 5 lucky subscribers. So remember to smash the subscribe button. Till next time, take care and goodbye, guys. Love you all.